Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day today. Welcome to the Film Insight channel. In today's video, we're gonna list out even more bar rescue bars and what they're up to today since you guys have been showing massive support. So, without further ado, let's get right into the content, guys. Royal Oaks. Being around since the 30s, Royal Oaks was the first bar to receive a liquor license after the prohibition of alcohol. Purchased in 2000 by two brothers named John and Louis Kennedy, they did enjoy some considerable success in the beginning, especially since the business already had some loyal, repeat customers that stuck by over the years. However, once the American recession hit in 2008, many businesses were closed down and Royal Oaks suffered a massive blow. With these clear financial problems haunting them, not only did the brothers' relationship deteriorate, but so did their drive to work hard. Louis' motivation was hit the hardest, which was extremely problematic since he was responsible for maintenance, so things weren't exactly that clean. Filth accumulation aside, customers were scared away by first the bar's odd decoration, which consisted of creepy baby dolls, and second, the less than professional attitude of the owners. Losing $5,000 a month, they were on the verge of closing down. This called for the help of the bar rescue hero John Taffer. Taffer was unimpressed with so many aspects of this bar, like how the outside looked unsafe, with barely any lights and tons of clutter around the entrance. They also served a warm and extremely foamy beer on top of feeding customers food they prepared in a residential area a few days prior, which is illegal if you didn't know. What was most disturbing to the bar rescue host, though, is the brothers' vulgar way of speaking and their decoration choices. After a lot of heated discussion, the siblings agreed to work together for the betterment of their bar, and Taffer was ready to renovate. The name was kept due to its historic value, they received a massive update to the exterior with a flashy sign and red paint, and the interior was given new furniture as well as equipment. No more creepy dolls. In 2020, the bar is still very much open with an impressive 4-star review on Yelp, many praising the food, beer, and the owner's changed attitude. If you're looking to chow down on some great barbecue and enjoy some sport dance-oriented events, this rescue won't disappoint. You can keep up to date with what they're doing on their Facebook page, which they're pretty active on. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Tragedy struck the southwestern part of Louisiana when a storm system flooded on August 12th of 2016. $2.3 billion in damage to homes and businesses were done, with the Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill being among those heavily affected. Before this unfortunate event, the owners Jocelyn and Mike O'Neill managed to keep their bar consistently full and practically universally loved by everyone in the community. In 2015, the married couple almost made $1.9 million, but this would run dry when they would need to pay for reconstruction fees. Not a single piece in their business was salvageable after the flood, so they desperately needed help. Getting the attention of John Taffer through social media, the bar rescue team was ready to achieve their biggest rescue yet. Upon his arrival, Taffer was shocked by the carnage the flood left behind, but kindly promised to the owners that he would fix their bar and help them reopen in days rather than months. To achieve such a feat, the bar rescue host had to get help of local volunteers and contractors who were all driven to help their favorite bar. As the bar was being rebuilt, John met up with a lot of the staff who had been around for years, which is a great sign as to how good the owners are. Though he did notice their skills could be refined to take the business to the next level. With the help of experts, the Big Mike staff learned how to make new cocktails and work better as a team. Thanks to the help of Bar Rescue and its volunteers, the bar received new TVs, 2 solid workstations, and a whole slew of necessary equipment. Today, the bar is yet another check on the list of businesses that were saved thanks to John Taffer's help. Having quite a decent rating on Yelp with a 3.5 stars, people seem to compliment the food and staff a lot. The biggest complaint though is the pricing. They are very frequently featuring food specials on their Facebook and host some live performances, which is kinda nice. The Wheelhouse. 2004 marks the year that a man named Jesse Vivanco opened up the Wheelhouse, pursuing his dream of owning a bar. While it was a massive success for over a decade, with climbing profits and the premises constantly packed, things eventually spun out of control. Employees began to act in an unruly manner, fighting often and shooting vulgar words at each other, and even customers. Since Vivanco was a very weak leader who shied away from any confrontation, he would rather hide in his office than control his staff. On top of all this, there were newer businesses opening up in the area that were taking away their clientele. With the increase of problems and the decrease of profits, the Wheelhouse called out for the help of John Taffer. With experts at his side, Taffer was instantly disappointed with the lack of any indication that Vivanco's business was a bar. The interior was very outdated, making use of furniture that was practically ancient and out of place. and the bartenders argued with customers, never hesitating to drop an F-bomb if they were feeling irritated, which shocked Taffer. Taffer helped the unruly staff realize how incompetent they were and that their actions were hurting Vivanco, who just wanted to run a successful drinking establishment. Soon after the weak bar owner talked to Taffer, he came to realize that if he wanted to succeed, he'd have to show his staff a tough love they've never seen before. This is when things finally started to change. His bar was renamed to Derby's Bar and Grill, got a new sign to make it stand out to customers, and was modernized with better furniture, new equipment, and more fitting decoration. To this day, the bar is still open with an amazing 4-star review on Yelp. People praise not only the reasonable prices for food and drinks, but the skating rink that is connected to the bar. Derby has hosted a whole list of different events from independent wrestling matches, live music, and comedy shows as well as karaoke. If you're interested in what they'll do next, you can check out their active Facebook page. Russell City Sports Bar and Grill. A construction worker named Lee Bellett got the unusual opportunity to open a bar of his own in 2014. After his mom sadly passed away, who he was really close to, he went into a deep depression. Though she had always known about his dream and left him with some money to help him realize it. Upon opening it, the Russell City Bar was getting about $50,000 a month, which is ridiculously good. The customers who came in seemed to enjoy each other's company, being able to catch a game, eat, and drink. Although things quickly took a turn for the worse when Lee realized how inexperienced and piss poor at managing he was. He lacked a lot of inventory and the proper tools to work with, which made for a lot of inconsistency during business. This led to a lot of frustration amongst the staff who began to act out, which caused even more disorder. Sadly, Lee makes things worse for himself by offering free drinks and food to friends who come in, which is why he's $280,000 in debt. Agreeing with his experts, John feels like the bar has nothing warm or welcoming about it from the outside, with the most eye-catching thing being the no smoking, pets, firearms, or pictures sign. Yeah, not very attractive. Taffer concluded that aside from the health code violations, the biggest problem are the bartenders who seemingly do whatever they want. Absolutely disgusted by their actions and pointless bickering, the bar rescue host puts them in their place with his classic verbal lashing. Eventually, after John Taffer's work was done, they changed the name from Russell City Grill to Fogline Bar and Grill. Somehow, the bar is still open to this day, but it can be assumed that the only reason it's doing decently is because of the new bartenders that were hired. They do have a 3.5-star review on Yelp, like most of the other bar rescue successes, with most praising the food, drinks, and pricing. The service quality, however, has mixed reviews. Well, that will be all for today's video here on the channel. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to drop a massive like down below and comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more content like this, and turn on those sweet bell notifications for instant access to our content. Have a good one, guys.